Hello, everybody. My name is Mason, and I'm a college student. Not a film student, I just happen to really like film. And today, we finally get to talk about The Batman. I had to kind of sit on this movie overnight. I watched it on the Thursday night. It is now Friday morning because this was a long film, and it had so much great stuff in it that I was worried that I was just, going to talk about this film coming right out of the theater, and just that excitement that you get coming out of a really good movie, especially a comic book movie. I was worried that I was just gonna say about all this excitement that I had just built in, so I wanted to sleep on it. But I'm confident in saying that this is the best Batman movie I've ever seen. Robert Pattinson might be my favorite Batman. Ben Affleck, for the last 5, 6 years now, I guess, since he's been Batman, has been my favorite Batman. I think his portrayal is the closest to the comic books that we've ever gotten. The fact that Bruce Wayne is the mask, right? But we got that here. The one extra thing we got, which is the thing that I was hoping and praying that we would get, is the detective aspect. The world's greatest detective. It was like just reading a comic book. It was, as you can tell, I really like this movie. I really like Robert Pattinson as Batman. Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle, also fantastic. And I would be remiss without mentioning Paul Dano as the Riddler. He killed it. He was terrifying. Just gruesome, unhinged, yet very grounded in even just today's times. Obviously very heavily based on the Zodiac Killer, the David Fincher movie Seven, both David Fincher movies actually. But this is the Riddler that I always wanted. When I saw The Dark Knight 2008, I fantasized about a dark Riddler, kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker. This is before they announced, Bane and whatnot for Dark Knight Rises, but I wanted this, dark, very real world Riddler, kind of like we got with the Joker. And it took a lot longer than I anticipated, but I finally got that, and I'm just in complete utter awe of how perfect this was for a Batman movie. Like, this was the definitive Batman movie for me. I just have to say that because I cannot think of a better way they could have done this. This was a film noir. Batman doing detective work, solving riddles. I just had the hugest smile on my face the entire movie. I just I don't know how else to describe it in the fact that you can see it on my face, right? It's so far this is the best film of the year. And I know it's only March. There's still a lot of films coming. But right now, this is the best film of the year. I cannot wait to watch this again. And again and again. I don't care about the 3-hour runtime. For me, this is the definitive Batman experience, and I cannot miss my chance to go see this as many times as possible. But of course, not every film is for everybody, right? This is a dark movie. There are some genuinely terrifying scenes in this movie. It's definitely not for kids. Though when I was a kid, I would have loved this movie. But again, this would be terrifying for, I would imagine, a lot of kids, and I feel bad for them because they're going to miss out on something that's just wonderful. This is not your Michael Keaton's Batman. This is not your Val Kilmer's Batman. This is definitely not your George Clooney's Batman. And this is nowhere near Adam West. That's for sure. But this is Batman. I mean, now I like Robert Pattinson. I think he's a wonderful actor. Him in The Lighthouse, that was great. You know, he's not Twilight Boy anymore. He hasn't been for a long time. I'm hoping that a lot of people, start to realize that because they probably haven't seen a lot of his movies. But he's Batman. He killed it. Like, oh God. Oh, and Andy Serkis as Alfred. He wasn't in the movie as much as I thought he would have been in, but he was great. They did some interesting things with Alfred in this film. Some things that I wasn't too keen on at first, but as I kind of sat with it overnight, it works for the story, I think. And while he's no Michael Caine, he definitely holds his own there for sure. Andy Serkis is a great actor. He's obviously a fantastic motion capture actor, but he's definitely a great actor as well, just on screen. And I think I look forward to seeing him as Alfred again, because of course we're getting another Batman movie. We're gonna get, hopefully, just this brilliant detective noir trilogy. I cannot wait to see what they do from here on out. There is a post-credit scene, but not really. Honestly, I don't really think it was worth staying for, especially because I couldn't really. Never mind. We won't talk about that. But you should definitely go see this film. This is 17 thumbs up. Like, this is fantastic movie. I cannot recommend it enough, especially if you're a Batman fan. If you're not a Batman fan, I don't know. If you're not used to this kind of Batman, you might not like it. But I think this is a movie that my mom might like, because she likes like true crime type stuff. Obviously this isn't true crime, but this definitely feels real. The Dark Knight, obviously one of the best at just making a grounded Batman story. But this feels like this would happen. Obviously there's some fantastical elements of a guy running around in a Batman costume, blah blah blah, but this feels like this could happen today. And I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. The aesthetic of this film is perfect. I don't want to go into details, but Batman is scary in this movie. The way I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen this movie, but the use of lighting and the camera work done on the faces of like bad guys. You have to see this movie. Even if you're not a Batman fan, you have to see this movie. This is gonna go down as probably one of the greatest comic book movies. You know, for different reasons than, you know, say like the first Avengers. You know, that one was like, wow, this is spectacular. You know, it's like reading a comic. This is like reading a Batman comic. You know. I'm going to end up just rambling on, so I'm going to cut myself off here. But please, go see this movie. But, again, those are just my thoughts. What did you think about this movie? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Somewhere in between, please tell me down below. Tell me, is Robert Pattinson your favorite Batman? Is Ben Affleck your favorite Batman? Is George Clooney your favorite Batman? Tell me why. I always like to hear from you guys. Anyways, leave a like if you enjoy listening to me ramble about the Batman. Leave a comment down below. You know, all that stuff. Please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Or don't subscribe, but just keep watching my videos. I'm not going to force you. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I will see you in the next one. I have a backlog of reviews I still need to do. I have seen Uncharted and The Cursed and Studio 666. I've been a little bit lazy. I'm about to go on vacation for spring break, but when I come back, I will talk about those movies because I have a lot of stuff I need to talk about those for. Until next time. Take care as always. Bye-bye.